Hey, what is up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome to another pixel art tutorial for Dabi from My Hero Academia. So, where we last left off, we finished up the right side frame of the hair, and we still have the neck detail to be done and the face. So what I want to do is the face for today, so we're gonna jump in to around the stitches we have on the left side. You should have this 2 vertical block marked out, and that's where we're gonna start for today. Let me just make sure I'm in the right spot. Yeah, okay. So from that 2 vertical, we're gonna use this to bridge up into starting his hair, but also using it to do a piece of his ear and the piercing he has in his ear. So let's jump right into it. I just finished my Gojo pixel art, so that's why my inventory looks like this. Let's just move some of these blocks around. We're only gonna be using grass and coal for now, so we'll just stick with that. So from this 2 vertical, if we go over here, we can remove those 2 placement blocks and put a placement block above it and go up and to the left, 2 vertical, and we can do that 5 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, 1, 2, that's 3, 1, 2, that's 4, and 1, 2, that's 5. And then we're gonna go back now and delete these extra placement blocks that are just kind of clouding up our space. And let me just double check. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6 of them. So we had the first one already here from before that we marked out, and then we put 5 more after it. So let's mark the top one, and from that top set of 2 vertical, we can continue working with the top block in it if we want to start going and doing the rest of his hair. But I want to do some of the ear that's over here first, so we're gonna go to the bottom block in that 2 vertical. And we're gonna go down into the left from it, so place a block underneath, 2 vertical, 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, 1, 2, that's 3. From there, we're gonna go down into the left, 1 single, and then down into the left, 2 vertical again, 1, 2. And this actually signifies a spot in his ear that's gonna kind of just bridge over, so like the little ear marks, if anything. So from that 2 vertical we have right here, I want to go to the top block in it and put an extra coal to the right side. Then from that extra coal, we're gonna go down into the right 2 singles, 1, 2, down into the right 2 vertical, 1, 2, down into the right 2 singles again, 1, 2, and then finally, if we put a placement block underneath or to the right side, we can go down into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, it connects to the wall, and that's one of the lines for the ears. Now that we connected to the wall there, if we backtrack a little bit, we can actually go back up to all the way to the top where we have this 2 vertical marked out. And this should just be the easiest way for us to locate things. And on the bottom block, we can put 2 placement blocks below it, like so. And then we're gonna put 2 coal underneath that. And then you can remove those placement blocks. From the 2 coal we just placed, we can go to the bottom block and go down into left 1 single. Then from that 1 single, we can go down into the right, so we're switching directions. 2 singles, 1, 2. Placement block underneath that, and then we're gonna go down into the right 2 flat and hopefully connect to the wall right here. So 1, 2, perfect. So that's all the little lines in the ears now. We still have to do the outer line of the ear and then the earring that's gonna attach to it, but that's what we're gonna do, the hair right now that clips into it. So if you remember, the first part that connected to the wall we built off of over here, we had all of these 2 verticals, and then we went to the top block in the last one and put the 1 block to the right. That's how we got this weird shape over here. That may sound confusing. You can ignore what I just said and just make sure yours looks like this. And we're gonna be working with this bottom left block right here and adding 1 coal to the left of it. Once you've added that 1 block to the left, we're gonna put 2 below it, 1, 2, and then we're gonna go on top of it and put 15 going straight up. So let's go up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Once you have that 15 placed out, we can actually go to the second to last and third to last block from the top. So these two. And put an extra coal to the left side of each. Like that. We're then going to go from those extra coals to the left and go to the bottom block in it. So that way we can go down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the left 5 singles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you count that carefully and then delete these placement blocks. Now that you have those 5 singles, what we're going to do is let's go to the middle block in the 5 singles. So this third one right here. Make sure you have 2 on each side so you know you're in the right spot. And all we're going to do is we're going to go below it and add 1. Like so. And then we're going to go above it and add 3. Going straight up. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Let's mark the top block, the 3 we put on the top, just so that way we can come back to it shortly. I want to first do the bottom half of it and connect this ear to the rest of our build. So where we have this bottom half, it should be on the same line as where we just marked the top, so you know you're in the right spot. We're going to go down and to the right 1 single. Then we're going to go down into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from that 1 single, what I also want to do is we're going to put a placement block to the right side of it. Then from that placement block, we're going to go up into the right 1 single with coal, like so. We're then going to go up into the right 2 flat coals, 1, 2, just like this. And you can remove that other placement block right now. So now you have this shape. From that 2 flat we just placed, what I want to do is go to the right block in it. So this one right here. And we're going to go above it with 2 placement blocks. And below it with 3 placement blocks. 1, 2, 3. This is just a quick detour. We're almost done with this and then we'll head back over to this main piece. From the 2 on top, we're just going to put 1 coal above it. Like so. And then you can remove those placement blocks. And from the 3 on the bottom, we're going to go underneath it and put an extra coal. And then put 1 to the left of that. Perfect. That's all we needed to do. There's just a little bit of like notches in his earring, because his earring does have like this curved shape to it, and that's the way we achieve that. So we can now go back over to the left side we were working with, to that 2 vertical that's just hanging by itself right here. And from that 2 vertical, we can put a placement block underneath it, and then go down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And now that we have that 3 vertical, if we want, we can go to the top block in it and then put 1 coal to the right side. Then we can go to the bottom block in the 3 vertical and put 1 placement block underneath it or to the right side. So that way we can go down and to the right, 2 singles. 1, 2. From that second single, so this bottom one right here, we can put 1 placement block to the right side, so that way we can go up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2, and that connects to the wall. But also from that single, we can put 1 coal to the right side of it, and the reason we're doing that is because that's going to continue the slope of the ear and hopefully meet up with the rest of it down here. So from there, we're just going to go down into the right 1, 2, 3, 4 more singles, and it should meet up at this flat right here. So let's go down into the right 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm really sorry for, I'm pretty sure you guys can hear the planes in the background. At least 7 planes have passed my house in this, like, what, we've been recording for like 8 minutes. It's ridiculous, and I even stopped my recording the other day because of it, and it's still happening. I don't know what's going on. It's really annoying, and I have to record, so I'm gonna have to try and just ignore it and just keep recording. Anyways, once you put those 4 singles, it should have connected at this 3 flat right here, so you can actually remove that placement block if you wanted to, because you are good to go. And I think from that placement block we're supposed to actually start some more spikes in the hair, so let's go below that and mark that out first. So what we're gonna do is below that, do I want to do that today? Yeah, I think we have to. Below that, we're gonna go underneath it and put 5 pieces of coal going straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can mark that 5. All right, so we marked that 5 vertical just because that's a piece of the hair and jacket, and I don't want to do that until I'm doing the neck as well. We're focusing on this part of the hair, this top part first. So let's fly back up now. And if we go back to where we originally had this weird bridging where we came down to do the earring from, and we should have this 2 vertical up here above it that we have a marker on. That's where we're going to continue from. So from that marker, we're going to put a placement block above it and go up and to the left 1 single. We're then going to go up and to the left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up and to the right 2 flat, 1, 2. And that actually should be the end of the earring, but we have a piece of the ear that needs to be built out now, or some of the hair that needs to overlap with it. So let me show you what we're going to do is from that 2 flat, we're going to do 2 things from this right block. First, we're going to go above it, and we're going to put 5 coal going straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to mark that top block or that 5th block, and then come back down to the bottom. Then to the right of this block, we're going to put 1 coal to the right, like so. And from that 1 coal to the right, we're going to first go and put 3 coal underneath it. 1, 2, 3. But we're also going to go above it, and we're going to go up and to the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. So now if you look at the right hand camera screen, you can see we've created this sort of spike angle that overlaps his earring. So if you wanted to, you can grab the light gray concrete and I can kind of show you where his earring is, like where it starts and where it's gonna end. It's a very weird shape, but you know, just so that you know what you're working with, I don't want people getting confused. So all of this right here, it's 2 different patches because the earring separates it. It's just going to be his earring on the left side. So once you color that in, you'll be able to separate which part is the hair and which part is going to be his like burnt ear section. All right, so there you have it. These 2 different parts right here are just going to be light gray concrete, and then you can move on. So now that you have that sectioned out, we can go back up to where we marked this top block right here, where we went up 5 blocks and we marked the top block. And from that marked block, we're going to do 2 things. First, we're going to go and put 1 block to the left of it. Then we're going to put a placement block above it, so that way we can go up and to the right 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. From those 3 singles, we're going to put a marker block on them so we can come back to it shortly. But I want to work with this block on the left that we placed first. So from that block on the left, let's put a placement block after it and go down into the left 1 single. Down into the left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then from that second set of 2 flat, if we go to the left block in it, we can put 1 coal on top to create this L shape. But then we can also go underneath it and go down into left 1 single just to create that spike. From this top block in the L shape now, we're going to be going up from it, so you can put your placement block above each time. We're going to go up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 vertical, 1, 2, up into the right 1 single, up into the right 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3, up into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then finally, we're going to go up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And then up into the right 1 single. 1. Perfect. Now, if we backtrack to where we had the 3 singles we marked, we can finish that up with the hair, and then we can move on to the main source, which is going to be like his eyes and stuff. So from the 3 singles we have marked out over here, if we go to this top right one, so this one up here, we can put an extra coal to the right of it. And then from that extra coal, we're going to put 1 on top and 2 below. 1, 2. From those 2 below, we're going to put a placement block underneath it and then go down into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And that should have connected at the diagonal to the rest of the build, so that's pretty good. And that's it so far for his left ear. So the only thing left we should have marked out is the 5 vertical down here that I said is going to finish up some of the back hair and the jacket. And if we go over here, there's 2 vertical that we started with earlier in the build, should also have a marker block on it, and that's where we're going to jump into next. So from that 2 vertical, we're going to remove the placement block now and go up into the right 1 single from it. We're then going to go up into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And from that 3 flat, we can bridge it off into his eyeball, or we can finish up the rest of the hair. So we're going to go and kind of make the separation there. So from the first block all the way on the left, we're going to put 1 coal above it, just so that way we can have something to bridge off of when we're doing the rest of the hair. From the middle block right here, we're going to go underneath it and put 4 pieces of coal going straight down. So let's get right under it. 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And then from the final block, we're going to put a placement block to the right side. And from that placement block, we're going to go down into the right 1 single. Or we can go above it and go up into the right 2 flat. So 1, 2. So now we should have this branching shape. We can have this one on the first block. Then we have this coming down from the middle block. And then we have these 2 branching directions on the final block. So let's mark. I'm going to mark the 2 flat on the right side. We're going to mark this 1 single. And we're going to also mark this 4 bottom, or this 4 down we have right here. Because that's all going to be eyeball related, or this 4 vertical is related to the stitches that are connected to his eyeball. I don't really want to do that right now. I want to just continue bridging the hair. So we're going to return to all the way to the left where we had this 1 block marked on the top right here. All right. Sorry if that causes any confusion. I just wanted to set up any, I wanted to prepare for the eyeball if we're ready to do that in like the next part. Anyways, from here, we're going to put a placement block above and go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. And then finally, we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical 3 times in a row. So placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And then finally, 1, 2, that's 3. And now what we're going to do is when we have those 2 verticals 3 times in a row, we can go to the bottom one first. So this first one right here, that's right next to the single. And we can go to the bottom block in that and start building the eyebrow. So we're going to put 2 coal to the right and then mark that 2 coal to come back to later. Because we don't have anything built over on the hair, the eyebrow wouldn't connect to anything, so I wouldn't want to build the eyebrow yet. I just want to have a marker there, and then we can continue from the 2 verticals. Once you're done with those 2 verticals, we're going to go up and to the right from them, 2 flat, 1, 2. And from that 2 flat, we're going to ignore the left block, but the right block, we're going to do 2 things to it. First, we're going to put a placement block and go up and to the right 2 flat. Then we're going to remove that placement block. And from this same right block right here, we're just going to put 2 coal going straight up. 1, 2. So now we have this shape. The 2 on the right we had over here is actually for his eyebrows. I thought the eyebrows were down there, but those are actually like his, I guess it's like part of the lines of his eyes. Or I guess eyebrows and eyelash. I have no idea what's going on, but it's 2 different lines that are in his forehead. So we're going to go to the 2 vertical we have right here and continue by putting a placement block above it and going up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 vertical, 1, 2, up into the right 2 singles, 1, 2, up into the right 2 vertical, 1, 2, up into the right 1 single, and then from that 1 single, if we put a placement block to the right side of it, we can quickly do the next part by just putting 1 coal above it, 1 coal to the right, and then 5 coals below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That saves us some time. From that 5 vertical, we can go to the bottom block, and then we're going to go down into the left 7 vertical. So count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And once you have that 7 vertical placed, if we start from the top and find the second to last block, so this one right here, we can put 1 coal to the left side. And then we can go down into the left 2 flat, so placing block to the bottom or left side, 1, 2, and that should have connected to the 2 flat that we already had marked out. So we can remove that placement block now, and as you can see, it just connects to this piece of the hair. From there, we can go to the bottom of the 7 flat and find the 2 bottom blocks, so these 2 right here, and each of them is going to get 1 coal to the right side, so 1, 1, just like that. They're also going to get 2 extra coal below them, so 1, 2, like so. And let's mark those 2 on the right to come back to shortly. I do want to continue working with the hair, but a piece of his eyelash does connect right here, so might as well just do it. So from the 2 on the bottom we have right here, what we're going to do is double up on the left side. So we're going to put an extra coal on 1, 1, like so. Then from those doubled up blocks, we're going to do 2 things. From the bottom block, we're going to put 2 extra coal below it, 1, 2, like so. And then we're going to go down into left 1 single from that. And from the top block in our doubled up blocks, we're going to put 3 coal to the left side of it, 1, 2, 3, like so. And then we're going to go down into left 1 single, and then down into left 2 flat, 1, 2. Perfect. And that met up at the diagonal with what we already had marked out as well, so we can remove that now. So this is looking good. Now we can backtrack a little bit to the 2 vertical we had on the right side that I had us mark, but we didn't actually work with it yet. So from that 2 vertical, we can go to the bottom block in it and put 4 extra coal to the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can mark those 4. And from the top block, we can put 1 placement block above it, so that way we can go up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row, 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, up into the right 2 flat, and we're going to do that 3 times in a row, 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, 1, 2, that's 3, and then up into the right 1 single, like so. So if I zoom out, you should have this view. And then we're going to backtrack a bit again. We're going to go back from that single and go to the 2 flats that were right before it. And I want you to find this first set of 2 flat. So the first one in the 3. And if we go to the right block in it, we can put 2 coal above it, 1, 2, like so. We can then go up into the right 2 vertical, 1, 2, up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 vertical again, 1, 2, and then finally up into the right 2 singles, 1, 2. That single should be floating above the single we have below it right here. They should be in the same lane. You can see if I just turn up and down, they're in the same level. What we're going to do from the top single though is we're going to put a placement block to the bottom or right side, so that way we can go down into the right 20 vertical. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Now that you have that 20 vertical, what we can do is if we zoom out, oh wait, let me remove these placement blocks first. If we zoom out, you can see over here on the left side where we have this 4 flat marked out. We can remove those placement blocks and go to the end of it and then put a placement block there. So that way we can go up into the right 6 flat, and this should connect to the wall over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. We're done with that. Then what we can also do is where the 6 flat connects, if we go to the opposite side of our 20 vertical, so over here, we can put 1 coal over here like this, and then 2 coal below that. Now we should have this 3 vertical thing just kind of hanging off the side right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a placement block to the right or top side, so that way we can go up into the right 1 single. Then we're going to bridge it back down by going down into the right 6 vertical. So let's put a placement block underneath or to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. from that 6 vertical, we're going to go underneath it and put an extra placement block. I mean, not an extra placement block, an extra coal like this. And with that extra coal, we're going to do 2 things. First, we're going to go to the left of it and put an extra 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. But then also from that original coal, we're going to go underneath it with our placement block and go down into the right 12 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. So this is like the center point of the hair, and we still have parts of the eye that are kind of bridging out over here that I'm not going to mess with. So from that 12 vertical, if we start from the bottom and we count up 4 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, like so, we can put an extra coal to the right of that 4th block. Then from that extra coal, we're going to put a second coal to the right like this, except from that second coal, we're then going to put 4 more on top. So we're going to go above it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to put 7 blocks below it. I mean, sorry, not 7. We're going to put 6 blocks below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. The way you'll know if you're doing it correct is if you have 3 extra blocks below this. So we have 1, 2, 3. Yep. So at where they end even, there should be 3 more just hanging below it. Looking good. Now from this new 11 strip we created, and I recommend you counting this carefully, this should be 12 on the left and this should be 11 on the right. We're going to start from the bottom and we're going to find the 4th and 5th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the 4th and 5th block right here, and we're just going to put an extra coal to the right of each of those. 1, 1. From those extra coals, we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Up into the right 1 single. And if we zoom out, we have this going on so far, and we should be at like sort of the center point. This is where the nose and the piercing stuff should be happening. I don't know if I'm doing them yet. Probably just going to stick with the hair though. Anyways, from that single, we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. We're then going to go up into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. And from that second single, we're going to add an extra block to the right side of it. And then we're going to go to that extra block and put 3 above it. 1, 2, 3. And 5 below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From this block all the way on the bottom of the 5 we just put down here, we're going to put a placement block underneath it and go down into left 1 single. But we can also count up 3 blocks from the bottom, so 1, 2, 3, and put 1 coal to the right of that 3rd block. Perfect. From that block to the right, we're then going to go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 1 single. And we're getting ready to do the spike that goes above his other eye. So then we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical 3 times in a row. So placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. Then we're going to go up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And from that 3 vertical, if we go to the middle block, we can put 1 extra coal to the right, similar to what we were doing with the left side where we have the eyebrow and the eyelash. Now that we have this little Tetris piece set up going right here, we're going to put a marker on this right single right here, but then we're going to go to the top block in this 3 vertical and put a placement block above it, so that way we can go up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 vertical, and we're going to do that 4 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then finally 1, 2, that's 4. And then we can go back and delete these extra dirt blocks. From there, we can go to the 2 verticals we just placed. And if we start from the bottom, we can count to the 3rd one or the second to last one. So 1, 2, 3. So this one right here. And we're going to go to the bottom block in it. and put a placement block underneath. Whoops, I always mess up. My sensitivity is trash. And we're gonna go down and to the right 7 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From that 7 vertical, if we go to the bottom, we can put a placement block below it and go down into left 2 vertical, like so. Then, still staying at the bottom, if we count up 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, so this one right here, we can go to the left side of it and put 1 single. Then from that single, we can go down into the left 2 flat, 1, 2, and it should have connected at the diagonal to that 1 single we had marked over here, so you can remove that placement block now. Then we're still working with that 7 vertical right here. From that same block, that 3rd block from the bottom, we're gonna go to the right side now and add an extra coal. Sorry about that. Oh god. And from that single on the right side now, we're gonna put 2 coal on top of it. 1, 2, just like that. So we should be working with this 3 vertical now on the right side, and all we need to do from there is, if we go to the middle block on that 3 vertical, we can put an extra 5 pieces of coal to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is for the eyebrows again. So we'll mark those, and then the top block in the 3 vertical, we'll put a placement block above it and go up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3. And from that 3 vertical, we're gonna do similar to what we did down there. We're gonna go to the middle block, and we're just gonna put 6 pieces of coal to the right of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we can mark it. Then we'll backtrack to the top block in that 3 vertical and put a placement block above it, so that way we can go up into the right 3 vertical 2 more times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. We're almost at the peak of the hair right now, and then we're gonna head back down to the other side of his stitches. All we need to do now is go up into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the right 1 single. And then from that single, we're gonna start putting placement blocks underneath as we're heading back down now. So we're gonna go down into the right 3 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Down into the right 6 vertical now, and it should meet up at this thing, not at the diagonal, it should directly connect to it. So let's put the placement block underneath, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, it met up directly with that flat line we created earlier. That's perfect. We can actually remove those placement blocks now if yours looks like this, and we'll be continuing with the bottom right block over here. From there, we're gonna go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from the 5 vertical, we're gonna do 2 things. First, from the top block, we're gonna add 7 pieces of coal to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it met up at the diagonal with this little flat we have over here, so you can remove those placement blocks now. Then going back to the top block in our 5 vertical, we're gonna put a placement block to the top or right side, so that way we can go up into the right 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looking good. From that 6 vertical, we're gonna go to the bottom block in it and put an extra 3 coal to the right side. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Create this big L for PhoenixDeath's a loser. And then we're gonna go to the top block in that 6 vertical and go up and to the right 2 singles from there. 1, 2. Now from this top single, we need to start arching it back down and meeting up with the L shape. So we're gonna be putting our placement block underneath, and we're gonna go down into the right 2 vertical, and we're actually gonna do that 6 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. 1, 2, that's 5. And 1, 2, that's 6. And if you did this, it shouldn't meet up with the L shape yet, because we need to actually go to this 2 vertical that's right next to it right here. So it's actually the 3rd one from the top. and we're gonna go to the bottom block in it and put one coal to the left. So starting from the top, we found the third 2, so this one right here. The bottom block gets one to the left, should meet up at the diagonal. Perfect. Now, you should have had those 2 verticals, 6 of them in a row. We're gonna continue from the bottom one, and let's put a placement block underneath it, and let's go down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. From that 2 vertical, we can put 1 coal to the left side to start the eyeball and mark it to come back to later. We might use it to start the eyeball, or we might start from somewhere else. It's just good to have our options. But then we're still going to work with this bottom block into 2 vertical and put a placement block underneath it. So that way we can go down into the right 3 vertical now. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And I think this is the final strand because we're really, really close to the stitches. So from that 2 vertical, we're going to double up on the right side by adding an extra coal to the right side of each block. 1, 1. And from that doubled up block, what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 underneath and 6 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that you have that, if we go to the top block in the 6 vertical we just put on top, we can put 1 coal to the right side and start bridging it down towards his final like ear shape thing. So from here, we're going to take the single and we're going to go down into the right 3 more singles. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from that 2 vertical, we should meet up with the rest of the build by just going down into the left 4 vertical. So placement block underneath or to the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now it should have met up with the left to the right side perfectly fine. I think what we're going to do is in the next part, I'm going to put all of the eye detail in one part and then all the neck and the right ear in another part. That way we have enough time to make 2 more tutorial parts. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe for more pixel art content. Once again, sorry for all the background noise. Hopefully you guys were able to follow along. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.